I'm Adam Harry from BoLS, and today I have a special guest, Chris, our Dark Eldar ringer who knows way more about the book than I do right now, for sure. You've been studying this thing since we got it.
And all the leaks.
So you know pretty much everything.
It's my army, man.
It's your army. You know this stuff. So we have the book right here. We're going to be doing a deep dive through the data sheets and through some of the special rules for the individual units. So it's going to take a while, but let's do this. So starting off, we want to jump right into the rules and abilities of the Drukhari Codex. Starting off, poison weapons are a thing. That's not really a special unique to them, but it is a 4-up unless it's a vehicle, which gets a 6-up. So
and
that's the
only thing that changed on that is that they put it as a generic rule, so that all of the
it's poison weapon. Yeah, it says
it's just a reference now.
Right, and then power from pain is their cool chart.
Power from pain has stayed the same. It's the same exact chart as the index.
Yeah,
same as combat drugs. Combat drugs have stayed the same, so you can expect the same performance there.
So if you have the index, those are the exact same. Check those out. Mm-hmm. Any big things from those two charts that you want to call out in particular? Just as I know the power from pain, the combat drugs does have like +1 to attacks, +1 to strength, that type of stuff.
Yeah, it's the standard thing that we've been dealing with for the most part, and even going from the 5th edition Codex to now is stayed mostly the same. Yeah,
cool. All right, let's jump right in here. Starting off, HQ choices. Got a couple of characters still.
A few.
No Vect.
Yeah.
Still no Vect. Sorry, folks. We'll go through them real quick, though. We've got the Archon, Drazar, the Incubi guy. Lilith is back again. We do have a Succubus, Urian, and the Homunculus. And then, that's all the HQ choices. We're going to run through these real fast and talk changes on these guys, right?
So, the Archon got a little bit better. He got more expensive, but he's worth it now because his Huskblade went up in strength, so he's not just he's
strength 3 base, but he's
not trying to slap somebody around with his Huskblade now, which is awesome. Mm-hmm. Big thing with him is his aura changed from leadership to reroll 1s.
That's
awesome.
That's reroll 1s to hit, right?
Yeah, reroll 1s to hit for all Cabal units within 6, so he's actually worth it now. It's great.
He still has a Shadow Field, which is pretty mean.
He still has a Shadow Field, which I failed the first roll every time.
I've seen it happen. It's great for me. Power from pain, as well as he has access to that.
Yeah, standard power from pain for every character, and most everybody has except for vehicles.
Yeah. And it's cool because even on foot he's move 8, so pretty quick.
Hey, Eldar fast.
Turns out. But other than that, he also has 5 wounds, 5 attacks, all that fun stuff. So pretty good stuff for the Archon. And you said he went up in points, right?
Yeah, he went up in points. He was a little bit cheaper before, but now with the rework to his aura and his better weapon,
totally worth it.
Solid.
Cool.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Oh, the Venom Blade is back.
Venom Blade's back. Yeah,
that's a new thing. So if you just want to stab people for a bunch of wounds, that's also it's also pretty good.
Yeah, that actually adds 2 to wound rolls made for this weapon.
Winning on 2+.
Yep. Except when you're fighting a vehicle. Obviously.
Yeah, vehicles don't care.
Yeah, they don't care. Drazar?
Drazar has stayed mostly the same. Incubi and Drazar gained a new leadership type thing, which is kind of cool. It's free. They gained it for free. He has the standard aura that he had for Incubi before. His Murderous Assault rule changed to, instead of getting extra attacks, he just gets to fight twice now if he's charged. I like that a lot better.
Which is pretty nice, because now you're guaranteed to double your attacks. Yeah. And then you mentioned the Tormentors.
Yeah, so the Tormentor thing is if somebody equaled the highest leadership in their squad for a morale check, they just passed.
I have a leadership 9, I rolled a 9.
Yeah, you rolled a 9 with all the casualties and whatnot. You don't pass, one guy still runs away.
Yeah, so it's pretty nice.
Decent. They gained it for free.
And then he also has Master Blades, add 1 to the hit rolls for friendly Incubi. So pretty cool stuff. Lilith's back.
Lilith. All right, so here's the big thing with her. 5th edition Codex, she didn't have combat drugs.
Right.
Because she's too good for that. She doesn't need them.
And this is 5th.
Yeah, this is back 5th. 6th and 7th, same thing.
Yeah.
Index, she gained combat drugs. She's like, oh man, now I can make her strength 4 and she's amazing now. Or whatever, +1 attack. They flipped it again. She's back to not having combat drugs again.
Lilith is off the drug bandwagon. Drugs are bad.
She got back off the drugs.
All right.
She gained, however, an ability that at the beginning of every round, you choose a stat. Movement, strength, toughness, attacks, or leadership. And you get +1 to that stat, or +2 if it's movement or leadership. So in effect, kind of the same thing, but it's just not combat drugs now.
It's called natural perfection, and that just means she doesn't need drugs.
That's right.
She believes in herself.
Better. Yeah, exactly.
She's just better now. So other than that, did any of her weapons change? Or
no,
anything?
her weapons look, they're the exact same.
Still fast.
Yep.
Movement 8. 2s across the board for weapon skill, ballistic skill. Strength, toughness 3s, all that stuff's the same.
Yeah.
Stat-wise, didn't change that way.
Now, she's Cult of Strife, though, so if those of you who've been watching along with all the leaks from GW, that means +1 attack, so she has 5 base.
Yep.
Her Penetrating Blades, which means she's going to get an additional attack from that as well.
Yeah.
So 6 attacks.
So 6 attacks,
pretty good.
Just rocking out.
And since she's a Cult of Strife character, her Warlord trait's going to be Blood Dancer, so any 6s to hit is going to be 3 more hits.
Yeah. I like it.
Pretty good.
She also rerolls failed hit and wound rolls for attacks
against characters. Yep.
Yeah, against characters. So
she's a character hunter.
She is definitely your character hunter. Yeah, pretty cool stuff. And
yeah, she's solid. And
any other big changes for her?
Look at my notes here.
You took a lot of notes.
I took a lot of notes. Yeah. She's only 80 points.
Yeah.
That is solid. For 80 points, that is solid.
We'll take that.
Yeah.
That for that HQ killing. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, next up.
Then you got the bog standard Succubus. She's pretty much the same in the index, same access to everything else, same weapons. She did go down in points. She's a lot cheaper now. However, the only downside though, and a lot of Dark Eldar players were hoping that the Archite Glaive would change because it has a -1 to hit.
Yeah.
Because it's pretty good. But it still has that, unfortunately.
Oh, so they were hoping it would go away.
Yeah, I was hoping it would go away because things like that Blood Dancer Warlord trait, you can't ever get it because of the -1.
Oh, because if you roll a 6, you get a -1, so you don't trigger that ability. Right, that makes
which is
sense.
a shame.
But at the same
later
time,
on in this video, I'll tell you some Succubus can still do okay with the Archite Glaive.
All right, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. So Urian is up as next. Stat-wise, by the Succubus, you said it went down in points though.
Down in points, yep.
So
yeah, she's
cheaper.
50 points now.
Yeah.
Yep.
So 50 points for a pretty solid HQ.
Yeah, she is a solid. Rerolling ones for friendly witch cult units, just like before.
Yep.
4 up invulnerable save
From lightning dodge.
Yeah.
Yep.
She's solid.
Combat drugs, power from pain.
Yep.
Good stuff all around. Also the no escape rule, but we'll get to that more here in a moment. So Urian, I mentioned him a couple times. So any big changes for Urian?
Urian, so a couple cool changes. His weapons have stayed the same.
Yep.
He used to have a rule where like if he get to like reroll invulnerable saves as long as it wasn't like strength 10 or something like that. That rule changed. He just takes half damage now.
Oh.
Just straight up half damage. Like that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's the Contempt for Death ability. All damage suffered by Urian is halved, rounding up.
Yep.
So if you get hit by a multi-gun and you take 4 damage, guess
only
what?
takes 2.
You take 2 now.
Pretty awesome.
We'll
He's pretty durable. He maintains the clone field, 4 up invulnerable save. He's got the standard homunculi rule, Master of Pain, so +1 toughness for all Prophets of Flesh units.
Yeah.
And
he is a Prophets of Flesh.
And he's the Prophets of Flesh homunculi. Yep. Pretty sure I didn't have time to double check this versus the index.
Sculpture
I'm pretty
Torments.
sure. I think he gained this.
Yeah, it's add 1 to the strength and leadership characteristic of Prophets of Flesh units while they're within 6 inches of Urian. So that's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I'll take that one.
So the basic homunculi, he's got the same weapon options.
Points wise for Urian.
Points. He is.
Did he go up
he's
or
also
down?
relatively cheap too. I didn't check his index points, but he's only 90 points. So
yeah,
that's a steal.
Yeah. Homunculus, another HQ option here as well. This is the generic.
Yes, this is the generic homunculi. He's pretty bog standard. He didn't really change at all. I have not noticed any changes to his stats at all with my brief look through this book so far. But I believe he went to...
Yeah. It's sensitive to pain, 5 up invuln on him. Master of Pain as well, just like Urian.
Yeah, he's 70 points.
Yeah.
So same as Archon, but if you're taking a Coven unit, you can't not take the homunculi.
Yeah.
They're a solid choice, and as we'll get to later, they've got good warlord traits and artifacts.
Yeah, that's in the next video, so we'll come back to that one. All right, moving on. So we've got Kabalite, the Cabals.
Yes.
Kabalite warriors. This is kind of a big deal. These guys dropped a lot of points.
So, well, not a lot of points, but
like
overall.
Power level 2.
Yeah, they're power level 2. They dropped a point, so they're 6 points apiece.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good change right there, just because other things in the game that are similar roll, similar damage output are pretty cheap too.
Yeah, but I'm saying like it's 2 power level for five of them.
Yeah.
And you know, if you paid attention to any of the previews, we'll get to this later, but the detachments and stuff like that, you're going to be able to fill out those attachments real easy.
Real easy.
So,
yeah. 30 points for 5 basic dudes.
Yeah.
Solid choice. Biggest change with them, and probably one of the biggest changes in the book, is used to you could take 1 special weapon and 1 heavy weapon in a squad of 10.
Squad of 10, yeah, 1 and 1.
Now, it's every 5 models. So, in a squad of 10, you can take 2 special weapons and a heavy weapon.
Oh.
That is a huge change.
Wow. So, if you take a squad of... You can go up to squad of...
You can go up to 20. Yeah, so you can take 4 special weapons in a squad
4 special weapons, and is that 2 heavy weapons?
Yes,
then?
and 2 heavy weapons, yep.
Whoa.
That is awesome.
Yeah, for every 5 models in the unit, 1 Cavalite Warrior may replace a spinner rifle with a shredder or blaster. For every 10 models in the unit, 1 Cavalite Warrior may replace their splinter rifle with a splinter cannon or dark lance.
Yeah.
So you got your splinter cannon, dark lance for every 10, 1 in 10, and the other one's 1 in 5. That's huge.
Splinter cannons went down in price to 10. Shredders got massively improved. Well, not massive. They got very good improvement.
They got a nice little buff there. Yeah.
Used to be Assault 3, Assault D3. Now they're Assault D6.
Nice.
Same range, same strength, same rule for reroll wound versus infantry. They also gained a AP -1. Ooh. That right there that's pretty solid.
That's pretty good. Well, it's double their shots essentially.
Yeah, double their shots pretty much.
And a -1 AP.
Good AP. Yeah, exactly.
Take it.
Once you start,
that's like their anti-infantry.
Yeah, it's supposed to be their anti-infantry. Yeah, short range. It's not like a flame or anything, but it's got good range on it. You start throwing in stuff like the Archon's reroll to 1s and a couple of the other obsessions and stuff like that. You start to get pretty good damage output.
Yeah, potentially that's 4d6.
Yes.
Right? Like,
yeah, in a squad of 20.
In a squad of 20.
Oh yeah.
All right, keep going. What else we got?
The blaster, as was revealed from the GW previews, blaster got better. Went from D3 to D6. Only went up 2 points. That's
only 2 points.
That's fantastic.
This is the 18-inch range assault 1, strength 8, AP -4, D6 damage. It's
the
basically
mini dark
a
lance.
melted gun.
It's the mini dark lance.
Yeah, it's a mini dark lance. There you go.
Awesome.
Mini dark lance. I like it. Any other big changes for the Cabalite Warriors?
Other than gaining obsessions now.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Which is amazing.
Yeah, they got some good choices to choose from. We'll go over those later.
Yeah. All right, so moving on from them, witches.
Witches, my favorite.
I know.
Witches got a pretty good improvement. Also, on top of improvement for both of these units...
I hate your witches. I just want to...
Yeah. 5 ups for days.
I know.
Back in the day.
Back in the day. You'd always fail the shadow field, but then you'd pass
out. Yeah.
Anyway.
All the witches. Yeah, exactly.
Anyway.
So, sad news, just real quick, before I forget. Trueborn and Blood Brides are both out of the book.
Womp womp.
But we're gaining some cool things, like the multiple special weapons in the Cavalite Warrior Squad now, and what I'm about to talk about with the witches. So, witches.
By the way, for folks who don't know, Trueborn used to be kind of like
the elite version of the Cavalite Warriors.
And then the Blood Brides were the elite witches. But they've kind of been merged.
Yeah.
So it's...
Yeah, it's one of those things that GW did to because there's no actual models for them. It's just the witches or the warriors models.
Right.
Yeah.
It's fine. All right, moving on. So again, witches...
The witch stats did change. Movement to hit and stuff like that is the same. But they gained an attack. So they were base 2 now, just like Blood Brides.
Yeah.
So with their weapon, they're looking at 3 attacks base.
Nice.
That's pretty cool. They are 8 points apiece now.
Which weapon is it?
That's the Hekatari Blade.
Hekatari Blade.
So strength user, and every time they attack with it, +1 attack.
1 additional attack of the weapon.
Same as the Index.
Yep.
Their dodge got changed, so they still retain the 4-up invulnerable save in fight phase.
Yep.
They always have a 6-up invulnerable save now.
Yep. When shooting. Yeah.
Yeah. Against. In shooting or.
And you have a 6-up invuln save, which is increased to a 4-up invuln in the fight phase.
Correct.
So that's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
I will you take those T-shirts, but you got them against everything.
Yeah.
So
coupled with power from pain, giving you 6-up feel no pain as well. 6-up. I mean, at a minimum.
Yeah, take it. No escape, which was one of their other abilities.
Yep. Their rule for keeping infantry models in combat. It's a
that hasn't
dice
changed,
roll off.
Yeah.
The rule itself hasn't changed. However, we'll go through their weapons real quick.
Yeah.
So Hydra Gauntlets have stayed the same. The Razor Flails changed a tiny bit. They get D3 extra attacks now, which is pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
And I believe they retain the reroll to hit portion of it. Shardnet and Paler was the biggest improvement in the Witch's little toolkit. Shardnet and Paler is if they're within 3 inches of the enemy, for the no escape rule, they only get to roll a D3 as opposed to D6, and you still get to roll a D6.
Now, is that a weapon, or is that...
Yeah, so those weapons are in the back of the book.
Okay.
They're Witch Cult weapons right here.
Witch Cult weapons, gotcha. So, pretty cool.
Yeah, so they throwing them nets down, keeping people from getting away. It's pretty cool.
Now, I know a lot of folks are probably wondering too, witches, they have a lot of ways to generate extra attacks or to get bonuses to attacks and stuff like that.
Drugs, obsessions.
Right. They can get up
like
to 5 extra attacks. Whatever. Can they get poison weapons? Do regular bog standard witches have access to poison weapons?
No.
Okay.
They have the Hecatrix can get the Agonizer as normal, so that's poison weapon.
That's poison weapon. Yep.
And then I think they can get just their pistols like normal.
Pistols. Yeah. So the reason I bring that up is because we talked about this. They don't get a way to always win on 4-ups with all those extra attacks.
Right.
But there are stratagems and there are things later on we'll cover in a later video how to get them to be just as deadly with bonuses to strength or bonuses to the
once you start
attacks.
looking at the combination of drugs / obsessions that they have options with.
Yeah.
You start to get all kinds of stuff that you can do with your witches. I think it's a marked improvement for how cheap they are. It's a troop that you need to take anyway. If you like witch cults like I do, they are way better now.
And I'm worried about fighting them now. So
as you should be.
Yeah. All right. So moving on from then, that's pretty good for the witches and the warriors. Rax, another troop option here.
All right.
This is the final troop option, by the way.
Yes.
So Rax.
Their stat line hasn't changed at all. They have the same exact.
These are basically the homunculus.
Correct. Yeah, the coven troop unit. Yep.
Yeah.
They're pretty solid as far as like their toughness 4 base because they're the tough unit.
Yep.
If you have homunculus nearby, you can make a tough 5.
Yeah.
There's some obsessions that make them better that we'll talk about later. Their weapons stayed exactly the same as far as stats and how good they are. They did get cheaper though, which is not bad.
I remember the liquefier gun being kind of scary.
It used to be really scary.
Yeah, it used to be real bad.
Yeah, it got nerfed a little bit.
Yeah, from index to codex, it's pretty
index
much
codex is the same exact.
Assault 6, strength 3, D3, AP
it's
minus.
a variable AP. Yeah. The also factor got a little bit cheaper, which was cool.
Yeah, it is a poison weapon too.
The racks themselves are 9 points now instead of 10. That's awesome.
Yeah. We mentioned the warriors, Cavalite warriors are 6 points a pop.
Yep.
Witches were
witches are 8.
8 points a pop, and the racks are 9 points.
Yes.
So
pretty across the board. That's gonna be the theme of the book, which is awesome. Just across the board.
Points went down for the most part. So for the Archon.
Yeah, there was a few things that warranted points going up, like the Archon. Yep.
Yeah. Any other big news for the racks at all, or is that, I think that's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it. Yeah, their biggest
the
thing is going to be what coven you choose to mark them up as. There's a couple of them we'll talk about later that are some bonuses and that you can get. Yeah, pretty standard, pretty good.
All right, now we're moving on to the elite slots. Lamian is a special unit here.
Yeah, so Court of the Archon, we got Lamians, Medusae,
Medusa, I must do whatever.
Sislith, the snake dudes,
which
the
apparently,
bodyguards.
The snake dudes make good leather. I don't know. Abe was telling us that he read the Dante book and their value.
Blood Angels.
The Blood Angels value the leather.
And the Urgals. So these guys didn't change at all. The only thing I will say about this real quick is that stat-wise they're about the same.
We're talking all four.
All
of these.
4 of them, yeah. Because they're
pretty much unchanged.
Yeah, they're pretty much unchanged. However, if you're playing matched play, they do have a restriction where you have to take the Archon in order to unlock them, and you can only have 4 units in that detachment. So that's
interesting.
That's pretty big change in order to kind of limit any kind of nonsense. Used to, I want to say it was 6th or 7th edition. As an HQ, you could just take a Lamian as your HQ.
Right.
And it was like, come on, that's lame.
Yeah. But now the Archon unlocks those units essentially in a weird kind of.
Otherwise, you can just take them as normal elites. If you're just playing narrative play or whatnot, if you want to. Which is
Cool. But stat wise and
stat wise they look the same.
I
didn't compare honestly their points difference between the index and this book. I only had so much time to look at this before we're filming this video, and honestly, I don't care about these guys that Just being real.
Just being real. So there you go.
Silksmith are pretty good though. I mean, if you want to try and protect your Archon, it does have the bodyguard rule, which is nice.
Oh, that is a nice one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So and that bodyguard rule, because I have a bone to pick about bodyguard rules in my Hive Tyrant Guard. Anyway, cold-blooded bodyguard on D6 each time a friendly Cabal Archon loses a wound while they are within 3 inches of this model. On a 2-up, this model intercepts that hit. Mm-hmm. The Archon does not lose a wound, but this model suffers a mortal wound.
Correct.
So this is the version that I guess is okay, because I don't know. No, this is the version I don't like. I think because it's if you get hit by like a D6 weapon, they're not intercepting the las cannon hit. They're intercepting each wound you take, which I don't thematically in my head.
Yeah, but on the flip side of that though, you don't want a game where somebody's throwing las cannons at your character if they're close enough. Yeah, and then you only do 1 wound to this bodyguard. That's kind of lame. Well,
I'd rather the bodyguard take the actual hit. So like
you shoot the damage on him.
Yeah, and then
that's effectively what you're doing, except it's just on a 2+.
I mean, it's a 2-up though. But no, it's not the same because if you have 2 of those guys next to your Archon, and you get hit by a las cannon, you won't kill just one model. You'll end up killing both if they roll high. That's a whole other debate discussion. But this is the bodyguard version of the rule. I personally don't like. But
not bad for keeping your warlord alive though.
Which exactly. So moving on, Incubi
and Mandrakes. I love both of these units. They're so good.
Really, Mandrakes. I always had the impression Mandrakes are kind of.
And I will fight you if you disagree with me.
Not me.
In the index, my absolute favorite and I think the MVP of the index was Mandrakes by far. I love that unit.
That's Chris talking.
They are really good this edition. I really like them. They're flavorful. They're really cool. Their background fluff and everything is awesome. They've got a really good gun. They've got a decent amount of attacks. They get deep strike on their own. Mm-hmm. -1 to hit and a 5-up vulnerable save. What's not to like? They are awesome.
Yeah. That's Chris talking.
One of their drawbacks was that they're kind of expensive. They were on index. They were 19 points apiece. Yeah. So for 10 of them, you're looking at 190 points. You're like, but their gun is really good. Yeah. They get the deep strike.
Their gun, by the way, is the Bale Blast. It's 18-inch range, Assault 2, Strength 4, AP -1, 1 damage, and each roll of a wound on this weapon, they suffer a mortal wound in addition to other damage.
On a roll of a 6.
Yep. On a 6+. Sorry.
Pretty awesome.
They have a weapon skill BS3, so that's really not that bad.
That's a solid gun. Yeah. Especially when you can appear 9 inches away.
Yeah, and you have the -1 to be hit. Yeah, I get it.
They are a good unit.
Yeah.
Now they're cheaper. 16 points apiece.
So they drop
3
points a pop.
Yeah.
And that's with the weapon, or is that?
Yeah, that's with everything included because it's both of these are 0 for.
Okay, okay. I can see why you like them.
Yeah, they're amazing. I like them.
But back to Incubi real quick.
All right, Incubi. Pretty much the same. They gained the Tormentor rule, which is cool.
We talked about that. Yeah.
Flavorful. They're scary. Yep. Their weapons stayed the same. The profile is exactly the same.
Yeah, lethal precision. That just adds 2 to the damage characteristic of a close combat attack made if they roll a 6.
For the Clayvex. For the squad leader, he is awesome. He can throw down some pain.
What's so good about him?
Huh? He's the one who has.
That's the Clayvex.
Yeah, he's the one who has the lethal precision rule. So
if
you roll 6 as a wound, you're all of a sudden doing 3 damage a wound.
And they have 4 attacks.
Yeah,
the Clayvex has 4 attacks. Regular Incubi only have 3. Only 3. But
yeah, these guys still put out some pain. So.
And their attack's pretty decent, right?
Yeah. 3 attacks with strength 4. Basically, strength 4 power weapons.
Yeah,
they hit on 3s
because they're strength 3 base. The weapons +1 strength, AP -3, and 1 damage. So just straight up
solid.
Straight up solid unit. Yeah.
3-up armor save.
3-up armor. Yeah. They still move 7 with a 3-up armor save. Mm-hmm. What's not to like?
Yeah.
So who's gonna win in the fight? Incubi Mandrakes. I'm putting you on the spot.
Ooh.
I'm just kidding. It's probably Mandrakes.
Yeah, probably.
Mandrakes, yeah. I would go Mandrakes. Yeah, well, anyway.
So, Incubi went down in cost as well. They're also 16 points, so very solid. Went down in points. Great. It's awesome.
Cool.
I forgot to mention Mandrakes. One of the other cool things that made them better is they had a bunch of attacks. Mm-hmm. So, a 10-man squad, you're looking at 31 attacks.
Yeah.
But they're all strength 4, AP 0.
Right.
So, just doing a bunch of wounds, but if you save well, they're going to save all their wounds. Now it's -1. Ooh, now we're talking like, okay, maybe we're going to put some hurt through and some stuff.
Now it's a base unit of that is 31 at 10 guys, 31 attacks.
Yeah.
-1 AP on those strength 4 attacks.
And they're strength 4 as opposed to strength 3 that most elves are. Yeah, so these guys are awesome.
Yeah. I don't
like
know
them
if
a
I
lot.
like them. Well, I mean, I can see why. All right, moving on.
Real quick, just a note: both of these units are mercenaries.
Okay.
So along with scourges and beastmaster units, they do not gain the benefit of obsessions.
They do not have a keyword.
Yeah, they don't have the keyword for Cabal, Cult, or Covenants.
Good old Mercs. Speaking of Mercs,
Yeah.
Beastmaster. He's a worse
Beastmaster.
cult, but whatever.
So one of the other match play rules you got to keep an eye out for is if you want to bring beasts in your army, you got to have at least one beastmaster. Makes sense to me.
It makes sense to me.
Right?
Yeah.
You got to control all them crazy beasts.
All them crazy razoring flocks.
Yeah. He hasn't changed at all. His rules are still the same. You get to use your leadership for the beastmasters around. If he's near the combat, they get to reroll to hit.
Yeah.
Pretty standard.
He's got power from pain, combat drugs as well,
Yep.
because he's a witch.
And best combat drug for him is one of the ones that the witches don't want, which is +2 leadership,
Which makes sense, because
which
he...
helps out the beasts.
Yep. There
Solid.
you go.
The beasts themselves, we got Clawed Fiends, Chimera, and the Razor Wing Fox.
We're kind of skipping ahead. These are actually fast attack choices. The Beastmaster is an elite still, but
Yes.
we'll come back to the
We're
grotesque.
talking about the Beastmaster.
I know, I got you. That's why we're skipping ahead. Clawed Fiends, Chimera, and the Razor Wing Fox.
All right. So, Clawed Fiends and Chimera, very solid. These are one of the units I didn't look at the index versus points cost now, but they're solid choices. Their stats have not changed at all, really.
Right.
But they're solid choices. Razor Wing Fox are probably going to be the ones that most people will care about.
Yeah, because
lots of people have lots
That
of
was
Razor Wing Fox.
that was like a big deal when
Yeah.
it came out initially. So what has happened to Razor Wings?
So, initially, first index pass through, they were really cheap.
Dirt cheap.
They are dirt cheap. They got nerfed to make them cost a lot more, which was good because they had a lot of attacks.
They had a boatload. That was like 8 attacks or something crazy.
Yeah. So they had 8 attacks.
They had a lot of
4
wounds and a lot of attacks, yeah.
exactly.
And they were single base. They just
Yep. They can absorb a lot
real
of
good,
firepower.
real good.
So now we're looking at same movement speed. They lost attacks down to 4.
Okay, so
That's
half
a
as many
huge
attacks.
dump. However, they hit on 4s now instead of 5s. Pretty big shoot.
Yeah. Statistically,
change
it's
there.
a big shift.
Yeah. It probably works out in the end, especially with the Beastmaster getting a reroll.
Yeah. Probably works out to be a little bit better.
Also to offset that, -1 to their attacks. So they're still only strength 2, but they actually have -1 to their attacks.
-1 AP.
You're gonna peck some people's eyes out.
We're gonna peck your face off.
Oh yeah.
All right. Yeah, and again, real fast too. The beasts do not have any obsessions.
Yeah,
they
no
they don't
obsessions.
have any witch cult, Kabbalite, homunculite. Okay, cool. All right, moving back to the elites real
All
fast.
right, so the
Grotesques.
grotesques. I love grotesques. I just ordered a bunch of these guys.
You would be.
Yeah. No Coven army would be complete without a unit of grotesques to go around and be huge, monstrous, fleshy.
I'll take your word for it.
Anvil.
Yeah, it's true.
So these guys, stat-wise, I didn't notice any changes in them. They're pretty standard. Their points, I think, actually went up by a point. I think that's to account for some of the obsessions making them pretty good.
Yeah.
But basic
Stat-wise,
they're
They
exact
move
same.
7, weapon skill 3, BS 6, strength 5, tough 5. So these guys are pretty beefy. 4 wounds, 4 attacks, leadership 8. They only have a 6-up save, but they do have the insensible to pain. So they have a 5-up invuln,
They have
which
5
is pretty nice. They still have the same kind of weapon loadouts: liquefier gun, flesh gauntlet, monstrous cleaver. You can replace the cleaver with the liquefier gun. So Have those weapons changed at all?
So I was just noticing. I don't remember actually if the monstrous cleavers were -2 before. It's -2 now.
It's -2 AP, which is pretty
solid, actually.
Yeah. 4 attacks at strength 5 with a
and
-2.
if they're swinging with the monstrous cleavers, they get an extra attack.
So they actually go up to 5 attack. Ooh.
5 attacks
With a
at strength 5, AP -2.
1 damage a pop.
Oh yeah.
Not bad.
Oh yeah.
Not bad.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
I want to say off the top of my head it was -1. I didn't notice that the first time through.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
We'll take it.
Pretty good.
Any other big changes? And you said they went up by about a point.
I think they went up a point. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Moving on over.
All right.
Reavers. Back to the
one of
fast
my
six.
favorite units.
Really?
Oh yeah, I love
you have a
Reavers.
lot
Just
of
the,
bias.
not necessarily with how they play on the tabletop,
But thematically.
but just the crazy fast bikers that want to just jink and cut people's heads off with their bikes.
That's what they do.
Awesome. These guys are crazy.
So so Reavers got a little bit of a shift around, right?
Yeah.
They got an extra 2 speed.
Yeah.
2
So
move,
they move a little bit faster now. They went from 16 to 18.
which is nice.
So they move really super fast, which is awesome.
Oh, and if they advance, just like in the index, they still move 8, right?
Yes, yeah. So they still have matchless swiftness, which is just an automatic 8 instead of rolling dice. So they
Which is
move
nice.
real fast.
Yep.
Which works with the one of the obsessions that was previewed, advance and charge.
By the way, they have fly 2.
Oh, yeah.
So
Of course they have
basically,
fly.
all I'm getting at, turn 1 charge,
Quite possible.
very possible. These
Oh,
guys
yeah.
are moving.
If they're red grief,
Red
totally
grief.
up in there.
Red Grief is the accession that allows them to charge, advance and charge. So again, 18 plus 8, let me do some math, 26 inches. There's really nowhere on the table they can't get to turn 1, and then you get 2d6 to charge on top of it. They're fast.
Super fast. I love it. Fits their fluff great.
Yes.
So looking at their stats though, they've pretty much stayed the same other than the movement bump, which is cool.
Yeah.
One of the biggest things that they was really holding them back from being pretty much in every list is that they were really expensive. 30 points a pop.
Yeah. That was in
Plus
the index, right?
plus any of the weapons you put on them.
Yeah.
They come with this splinter pistol and a splinter rifle for free, plus
Yeah.
their blade veins, which is strength 4 AP -1. All of that stuff stayed the same.
Okay.
And along with the blaster getting better, which is an option that they have on every 3.
Yep. Blasters are 1 and 3.
Yep, 1 and 3. Heat lances are 1 and 3.
1 and 3.
They went down from 25 points to 12.
Whoa!
Way good.
That's a huge.
There.
That's
huge.
Yeah. Wow. 12 points a dude now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same exact stat line as the index. Assault 1, strength
The heat
6.
lance.
Yeah. Huge melta gun, right?
Yeah.
Within 9 inches, roll 2 dice, take the highest. Same exact.
So you can you basically 1 in 3 models replace their splinter rifle with
Heat
either
lance.
a heat lance or a blaster.
Yep. And
Every
now that
3
the
models
blaster
in-
got the D6, that's
Ooh.
actually a tough call.
Yeah. Every 3 models in the unit, 1 may take a grav talon or cluster.
So grav
clusters
talon,
too.
cluster caltrops stayed the same.
Okay.
They work exactly the same. And, one is for charging, one is for people running away from you.
Yeah.
I like the one for people running away from you because they are going to.
You're
going
gonna get there. Yeah.
They are going to run away
Yeah.
from you. They same power from pain and combat drugs.
Wow.
Biggest change for them, other than the weapons.
And the points drop.
Yeah, so the points drop is they went from 30 points apiece to 19. Talk about a huge.
Wait, what's the 25 to 12?
That was the heat lance.
Wait, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about.
No, that's just the weapon.
Oh wow,
They were-
the weapon got cheaper.
So 3 guys or a guy with a heat lance was 55 points.
Okay, so timeout. The heat lance went from 25 to 12 points,
Correct.
which was a huge drop for that gun.
Yes.
But the Reavers themselves went from 30 points
30
to
points to 19.
to 19.
Yes.
Ah boy,
They
yeah.
are so good now.
I have a feeling I'm going to see a lot more Reavers
Oh, yeah.
running around. All right,
I have
Reavers dirt
I have
cheap.
15.
I know you do. Okay, Reavers are good.
Reavers good.
Moving on from them.
Hellions. Love Hellion. Just love the idea of these guys just running around on skyboards like they're Green Goblin or something.
Yeah, totally.
Crazy.
There was a lot of those when they first came out.
Oh
A
yeah,
lot
with
of
the Baron
like,
running around. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hellions stat-wise have stayed the same. They maintain the same number of attacks. Their weapon is the same. They maintain hit and run, which is cool.
Yeah. That means they can fall back and charge.
They can fall back and charge at the same turn, which is awesome, and still shoot all their weapons.
Yep.
Because they have fly.
Because they have fly.
They got a little bit cheaper. They went from 17 to 14. Pretty cool. My opinion, still garbage.
Yeah, I mean,
and only because Reavers are so good. It's so good compared.
Yeah, comparatively, they kind of fulfill the same role. In
they
a
do
lot
kind
ways.
of fulfill the same role, and there's a stratagem that we'll talk about later that affects either one of these units.
Yeah.
And I think the Reavers just do it.
I just like the Reavers better because of the tough 4 as well.
Yeah, they're tough 4, 4-up armor save, T3, and a 5-up armor save. They're a little bit cheaper by 5 points, but
yeah, but the Reavers can get that. Anyway,
moving on.
Moving on. That's the debate for another day. Scourge is another fast attack option.
Scourge is one of the other mercenary groups there.
Again, that means no keyword
obsessions.
for obsessions. Yep.
Like these guys a lot. These guys are stellar, fast attack. They got deep strike on their own. Get down and get some of your special weapons in there because they got 4 per 5, or 4 per squad. Pretty good. So, stat wise, their movement and statistics up here stayed the same. What's really cool about these guys is the blaster change. This is going to be a recurring theme throughout the book,
which they have access to.
Got better, so they can deep strike 18 inches away, and they got 4 blaster.
Which is an assault 1, so you can move and fire no penalty.
Yep. Scourges went down to 12 points.
Nice.
So with a blaster, you're looking at 29 points. It's pretty solid. I like it.
Yeah.
And another cool thing, one of the other two other builds that you can do with them. Typically, some people were doing dark lances just to get more dark lance spam in their list. Splinter cannons went down to 10 points. So 40 points to add onto the squad for 4 splinter cannons.
Yeah.
They each have rapid fire 3.
Yeah.
A lot
and
of
splinter
poison
cannons,
shots.
for the folks at home, splinter cannons are 36-inch range, rapid fire 3. They are poison weapons as well.
Yes.
So no AP on those, but 1 damage a pop. But you're generating a lot of shots.
Lots of shots, yeah.
Lots of shots.
So they come
generate
with
lots of
shard
wounds.
carbines,
Yeah.
which is assault 3 of that same profile. Splinter cannons, if they get within that 18 inches, though, they're doubling the amount of shots they get.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Which means they
Lot
can
of
deep
firepower.
strike. So
Yeah, exactly.
you can start halfway anyway. So it's
So another cool difference with these guys, and these are the way I've had my guys armed for a long time, is the haywire blasters.
Yeah.
Hunting vehicles.
Yeah, because they can drop in.
I've
and
got
do
2
it.
squads that are armed this way, just because back from 5th edition.
Sure.
Transitioning in the 8th edition profile is okay.
Yeah.
Haywire's kind of in this weird place where it was too good before, now it's not really good.
No, it's not the best. Yeah.
So we're looking
It's
at
not the auto option it used to
right,
be. Yeah.
exactly. We were looking at 1 shot apiece, strength 4, AP -1 against a vehicle. 4-up does immortal wounds, 6-up does D2 immortal wounds. You're like, oh man, that sounds really good. When you think about how expensive they are and how many shots you get,
It wasn't exact.
Like,
Yeah.
why can't I'll just put dark lances or blasters on them instead?
And now I can kill everything.
Yeah. So along with the points drop, I think they're 8 points now. Yeah, they're 8 points now
For haywire.
for haywire blasters.
Yeah.
I believe they were 12 before. They're assault D3 now.
Ooh.
So now we're talking about, instead of 4 shots coming out of the squad, 4 D3 shots coming out. Now we're like,
It's not bad.
okay, we might be
I'm
able to
gonna work
throw
with
down
that.
some mortal wounds on a vehicle now. So that's
Yeah.
actually pretty cool. I like it.
Yeah. Nice. So yeah, haywire blasters got cheaper and
Haywire blasters got
shots.
cheaper, blasters got better,
Yeah.
splinter cannons got cheaper.
It seems like that's the theme of this codex. A lot of the weapons, a lot of the stuff just got cheaper and got better.
Yes.
So
Yeah, they needed help.
Yeah.
Index, we were down there scraping the bottom.
oh, I'm aware. Talos is our first heavy support
Indeed.
option here. These are pretty beefy units.
Talos is one of those cool Coven units that's just like, just it's called a pain engine because it just wants to just seek out its prey and just cause pain.
Heck yeah.
These guys are awesome. I love these guys.
I do like these models.
I have
too.
6 of these guys.
Yeah, I'm aware. Yeah, I messed with them before.
I may have run the squad of 5 of them back in the day.
Oh, yeah, you did.
So stat wise, these guys haven't changed as far as their basic stat line. It's all the same. Their attacks actually may have gone up one. Their attacks 5, which is pretty good. It's a lot of attacks.
Real quick too, a single Talos can be taken as a unit. You can take up to 2 additional ones as well. So you can have a little squad of 3 running around.
Yep.
Yeah.
Have squad of 3, which is awesome.
Up to 3. Yeah.
They come with 2 splinter cannons and 2 macro scalpels. They went down in points, which is awesome. They went down to 75 points, which is really good. They used to be 88. And they gained a weapon option, which is pretty cool. So used to they had this macro scalpel, which was pretty good. Throwing down some strength 7 there.
Yeah.
And actually, I think the AP got improved as well.
Yeah, the macro scrapple real fast is +1 strength, so like you said, strength 7. -2 AP now, 2 damage a pop.
2 damage.
Just straight up 2
Pretty
damage.
good.
Pretty good.
And if you have 2 of them, which it comes with, you get +1 attack.
So that will
So
put
they
them at 6 attacks.
They lost out on that a little bit as far as it was like if you had 2 of them, it was like +3 attacks or something like that. So you get a lot of attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's only +1. I think kind of to make up for it, we have the Talos Gauntlet now, which is essentially, for all intents and purposes, it's a power fist.
Okay.
+2 strength, AP -3, D3 damage, -1 to hit.
But it is a -1 to hit. That's like you said. So.
It's like all standard,
Yeah, it's a power fist,
stuff like that.
That means they're going to be hitting on the 4s. Their normal weapons was 3, so it's not terrible.
Yeah, not terrible. They got 5 attacks with that, which is pretty awesome, or 6 attacks at strength 7. So if it was me, I'd probably go with a macro scalpel myself.
Yeah,
because it's still 2 damage in AP -2.
Yeah.
And the fist is only 15 points. It's not terrible.
Not terrible.
Not terrible at all. Chain flails. You get 2 extra attacks with that if you pick that, and they get to reroll to wound. So strength 6 reroll to wound, 7 attacks.
Not too shabby.
Not too shabby. Some good anti-horde clearing there if you want to take that option.
Cool. Was there any other big changes for the Talos, or is that pretty much it?
That was pretty much it. I think the biggest thing from that, again, is going to be from an obsession.
Yeah. Because they are homuncular.
Yep.
So. All right. Next heavy, Kronos.
Kronos. I'm going to be real brief with this guy because he absolutely did not change. He's pretty much the same. He did get a lot cheaper, though. Yeah. He is 65 points now. That's for a support role monster. Yeah. He's going to be, hovering behind your Talos, making them better.
Yeah. That's kind of what he does anyway.
Solid choice. Yeah. Cool. Got cheaper. It's awesome. Yeah. Here's something I'm super excited about, though.
Yes.
The Ravager. So this is a, quintessential unit.
This is an iconic.
Yeah, iconic. Dark Eldar.
Heavy support option. This
is you like lances.
Yo, dog.
So we got the lances.
Did they bring the lances back?
Well, the lances haven't changed themselves, and they didn't get cheaper anywhere in the book. Still 20 points. Ravager itself is cheaper now, though.
Okay.
It went down to 80 points.
Ooh.
So we're looking at 80 points plus 60, so we're at 140 points. So went down by 15 points total overall.
So overall.
Just for a unit that for even 155 points is that's a solid unit.
Yeah, now 140 even better.
Exactly. The biggest change, though, is disintegrator cannons. So there's another configuration with this unit where you take 3 disintegrator cannons. You're looking at 9 shots, strength 5, AP -3, and 2 damage.
Primaris killers.
Yeah, Primaris killer, elite, Death Guard killers. Just solid, just
a lot of shots.
Brutal weapon.
Brutal weapon. Yeah.
Index values, though, we're looking at 185 points for that package,
which was mean.
It's mean. But like, oh
it's
man,
pricey.
I'm paying for it.
Yeah.
It is now cheaper than the Darklance version.
What?
Disintegrator cannons went from 30 points apiece to 15.
Wow. So we're looking at what, 120?
125. Yeah.
125 for
185.
9 shots. That's 60-point drop.
Yep.
I think that says enough about the Ravagers. Yeah. We might see.
It's gonna be hard to pick.
Disintegrator cannon.
It's gonna be hard to pick between the two now.
Dirty. All right, Raiders.
We're
moving on to the transport options.
So, stat-wise, they're the same.
Strength 6, tough 5, 10 wounds.
Tough 5, 10 wounds, 4 up save. Yep.
Ravagers, by the way, tough 6, 10 wounds. So
yes. Yeah. So same exact stats. The game got Splinter Racks back.
Splinter Racks, baby. Yeah.
So basically, any Cavalite guys you got inside, or I guess any witches too, really, because it works on pistols and rifles.
Yep.
Any rolls with 6 to hit, extra
2
hit.
hits.
Yeah, counts as 2 instead of 1. 10 points. Solid vehicle upgrade.
Doesn't work on the artifacts, but that's not the point. The point is that if you have a troop squad on here, and it's a capacity 10, right?
Yep.
If you have 10 models on there firing splinter weapons, every 6 you roll is going to count as 2 shots.
Yep.
And those are poison, so they're going to be 1 out of 4 ups.
And there's an obsession that makes that even better.
No? Oh, yeah. So pretty good. And they have the Night Shield. Is that standard as well?
That's standard.
So it's a 5 up.
5 up multiple save. Same thing with the Ravager.
They do blow up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then they're open top, so they get, again, firing.
So Raiders went down to 65 points, so they got a little bit cheaper too, which is nice.
Yep.
Dark Knight's the same price. So really just looking at, I want to say, I think they were 80, they were 115, I believe, before.
That's with all weapons.
With the weapons, yeah. So now we're looking at 85.
Yeah.
Plus the splinter racks for 95. It's still cheaper.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Oh yeah,
take it every day. Venom.
This is everybody loves the Venom.
I don't know about that.
Ah.
But yeah, I've got bad memories from Venom Span.
Oh yeah, Venom Span was bad back in the day.
Real bad.
Yeah. So everything here is the same weapon options, same loadout. We do have a couple of new options for vehicles now, which is they brought back Grizzly trophies.
Okay.
That one it does some leadership shenanigans.
Yeah.
If it's within 6 inches, when a model flees on a 6+, an additional model flees.
Not
Right.
bad. There's a chance to that could be big because if it's a multi-wound unit or multi-wound model, that's one more model fleeing. That's not just an extra wound.
Right.
So,
Exactly.
I mean, it's a 6-up and it's not too shabby.
Yeah, it's only 2 points.
It's only 2 points. Yeah. So why not take it?
The biggest thing with them is they are 55 points, which I want to say was the same exact as the index, but they got cheaper because the splinter cannons are cheaper now.
Yeah. So while they overall price
is
came
still
down,
I think the base was still the same.
Base stayed the same, but the weapons dropped.
Correct.
They are still only 5 models to transport in the
That is the unfortunate thing. A lot of Dark Eldar players were hoping for 6 capacity, so we can put a character in there.
Yeah. And without the Trueborn, because that used to be the thing back in the day. You run a bunch of Trueborn,
or a Witch Squad,
or a Witch Squad,
Warrior Squad. Yeah.
But it's not horrible.
Yeah, not terrible.
Yeah.
Honestly, and I've been reading this in a couple of places, and I kind of agree with it. Specifically for Archons and a little bit for Succubus, because they're just when you're at the top of the echelon, you ain't gonna be riding with the lowborn people. You're gonna have the ride to yourself.
They're too haughty to share. All right, I see how it is. Moving on from there, we get into the flyer options here. The Razorwing Jet Fighter and the Void Raven Bomber. Have these guys changed that much? I mean,
not really.
Yeah,
not really. Other than the overall theme of getting cheaper, it's now 105 points.
Yeah,
which is solid.
Oh, and the movement. Don't forget the movement.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. You're right. The movement column on the first profile before it gets degraded. We're just gonna say that it's minimum 20, and then the next one is just yes. Just anywhere on the board.
It's 72 inch movement.
It's 72 inches.
Just where do you want to go? If you're playing on a standard table, where do you want to go?
Yeah.
Kind of like Carmen Sandiego. I'm just saying, where do you want to go?
So we're looking at 145 points for the Jet Fighter. I want to say it was 155 before, so small point drop.
Yep.
So not too bad.
Not too bad. And then Void Raven.
Void Raven Bomber. I want to like this guy.
You want to like this guy?
I want to like him so bad. It's just a beautiful model.
Yeah.
It's just not there yet.
Not there yet.
Not there yet.
It still does move 60 instead of 70.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean,
come on. A little bit slower. It's got its once per game bomb that sets it apart. Its missiles are a little bit different than the jet fighters, but it hasn't changed from the index.
Yeah.
It got a little bit
both
cheaper.
These haven't really changed from the
index.
index.
Not really.
Yeah, so if you have the index...
Yeah, other than points. This is now 155. I think that went down a little bit. Yeah. But other than that, same standard rules here.
Yeah, the Razor Wing Jet Fighter is tough 6 with 10 wounds. The Void Raven is tough 6 with 12 wounds.
Yep.
Obviously, one's a little bit beefier than the other. Thematically makes sense, the bomber. So, yeah, but pretty much the same.
Yeah, I wish this beautiful model had better rules.
Yeah. And that's pretty much it for the data slates. Did we miss anything in terms of weapons real quick, too?
I'm trying to say, I hit the blasters, obviously, the Haywire Blaster, Heat Lance.
Just
Shredder got better.
Points drops.
Yeah.
We didn't. Shredder was the closest. That was a D6 D6
instead of D3.
Instead of D3, yeah. I think that was pretty much all of the big.
That was all the big weapon
sheets,
changes. Yeah, and the data sheets. Yep.
So before we get
you got a whole layer.
Oh yeah.
This whole other onion with obsessions, artifacts, warlord traits, stratagems. We could probably talk for another hour or so.
But we're going to, because we're actually going to do that in the next video. So check that out. But in the meantime, that's been it for this deep dive through the data slates. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm Adam Harry, here with Chris. Thanks for stopping in, man.
Yeah, man.
And
I'm excited.
You better be. The Dark Eldar are back. Drukhari coming for you. Thanks for watching.
Your slaves.
Thanks for watching, guys. Click to subscribe. Support us on Patreon. check out more videos. And thanks for watching.